What's up, y'all? Messing with these Super ATV portals for the Rubicon. Found another issue. One other thing to mention I forgot to say in the video is the portal nuts on the front of these portal boxes are for OEM axles. They do not fit most aftermarket axles. So if you're running aftermarket axles, like 95% of us, you're going to have issues installing these portals. I don't know, call Super ATV and see if they can figure something out for you. I'm just going to sell these things. It's not worth the hassle, and I don't want to put that much weight on my quad anyway. But I did buy them to test them, so I'm giving you guys the feedback. I will eventually install them on something completely and give you the full feedback, but I've got to figure out how I want to fix this issue first. I've had a lot of questions about it, so I'm making a second video. There will be a third video, hopefully, with me actually bolting them all up. Alright, this is an update on the Super ATV portals for the Honda Rubicon. So as you may be aware, I just got a Honda Rubicon, and I'm working on installing these portals, and I'm running into some issues. This is not totally unexpected. Talking to people online in the comments, other people have run into this, and it seems like Super ATV really didn't have a great plan for these rear bushings, and maybe they didn't do any test fits. I don't know. But anyway, let's walk you through what's going on here. So here's your rear knuckle. It's a pretty simple setup. This pinches between the upper control arm, this pinches between the lower control arm, bolt and nut. When you take this off, this is like a sealing cap. You have a seal behind it. Get that off. That seals, it's got rubber, so that keeps the mud out of your bushing in here. That's the reason that these bushings last a long time, is because they're sealed well. Okay, and then you got a sleeve in there and a plastic bushing. Now I didn't want to disassemble my knuckles because why would I do that? You know, I'm going to use new bushings when I install the portals. So I bought the all balls kit, and it was going pretty well. So there's the tube they give you. You have two bushings you press in there, one from each side. That's them right there. And you put this through, and I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. The problem is the caps. So again, this is your sealing cap. This is what makes the system waterproof. On the Honda one, the all balls cap snaps over like that, and you still have your nice seal. This does not fit in any way over this. Super ATV was either lazy, negligent, or something here, but this is not this. Failed to machine down this tube to accept the factory or even the aftermarket style sealing cap. Now this is just lazy in general. They should have included bushings. They should fit like factory. This company has a ton of resources. They have no excuse for this kind of crap. This is what I would expect from like a small builder that, you know, maybe doesn't have the ability to machine this tubing down, so they want you to do something else. Regardless, Super ATV, you guys just never really impressed me with anything. Yeah, not acceptable. Alrighty, we got the calipers. This is about 27.8 millimeter. This is 35.3 millimeters, and it's all coated. So not even close, guys. The bushings fit in right. The width and everything looks about right. All right, we've got about 85.3. I'm gonna take this one off, excuse me. 85.2-ish, close enough though. But yeah, this diameter is not correct at all. So if you wanted to install these and you're in a bind, you could just put a flat washer here as a shim. Again, I don't recommend that. You're gonna get a bunch of mud inside your bushing. It's gonna be high maintenance because you're throwing away the sealing surface that Honda built in. But yeah, Super ATV, you guys got to do better. So as usual, when you install a Super ATV part, you're gonna have a higher maintenance vehicle because they're not sealed like factory. Just like their A-arm bushings and everything else, not enough thought goes into them. So I can't think of a way to machine this. I'd have to cut these off and put it in a lathe. By the time I did that, I could just make my own portal plates. Also, these portal plates have no clocking in them, so I'm probably just gonna buy an aftermarket set of rear portal plates that have the clocking. Totally unacceptable. So if you were to install it without the caps, let me show you what that would look like. You would have way too much clearance there. So Super ATV really should have included at least some kind of washer to make up that gap difference, because that is just stupid. I mean, just to be clear, this whole issue wouldn't annoy me nearly as bad if the instructions were clear about this, saying, you know, hey, use this included washer instead of the cap or something along those lines. But the instructions just have one line about this that says reuse rear hardware. Unacceptable. And yes, there's another project going on here because my front diff exploded. I believe this is mostly caused by my Night for Sure, which likes to randomly, when I put it in four-wheel drive, not engage for a minute and then slam this into gear, causing a shock to the pinion gear. Kabam! So this diff's fucked. Never had this happen before with a factory actuator. So yeah, make sure you keep your Night for Sure cable in good shape and keep it oiled. If it starts to stick and stretch, which they do, weird stuff like this will happen.